The guy's a stone-cold loser, has been all his life, Adam Schiff. You know, frankly, losers. You look at the people, look at the cast of characters between Nadler and Schiff and Pelosi, Nervous Nancy.
Do you want to comment on the House Democrats' impeachment report that came out last night in the hearing today?
Well, I did. I saw it, and it's a joke that what they're doing is a very bad thing for our country. It's of no merit. And the Republican Party has never been more unified, ever. They've never been as unified as they are right now. I've never seen anything like it, where you have 197 to 0, where the Senate is very angry about it. I think the Senate, I can say, is angry, and the Republican Party is angry. A recent poll came out, 95% approval rating for me and the Republican Party, which is a record. Ronald Reagan was at 87. He was a second. So, I mean, it's going good. I've never seen anything like it where the parties come together. And it's going to stay that way for a long time. I think we're going to have a tremendous 2020. I'm sure you've all seen the polls that have come out, especially in the swing states. We've gone way up in the polls. And I think it's, it's a disgrace. You have a loser, like the guy's a stone-cold loser, has been all his life, Adam Schiff. And then you have Nancy Pelosi, who agreed with what he said, which puts her into real jeopardy. It's a bad thing for the country. I'm over here with NATO. We're meeting with, in this case, Italy, but we're meeting with great countries, very important countries. We're doing a good job. And they scheduled it. Same thing happened a number of months ago when they put the United Nations, the UNGA, they put the United Nations situation. They had a hearing with somebody on the same day, and now they do it with NATO.
I note that this is the moment in which the White House would have had an opportunity to question the witnesses, but they declined our invitation. So we will now proceed to questions under the 5-minute rule. I yield myself 5 minutes for the purpose of questioning the witnesses.
These people, you almost question whether or not they love our country, and that's a very, very serious thing. Do they, in fact, love our country? So they scheduled that during the United Nations. I'll never forget, I'm walking into the United Nations and I start hearing all of the things that they were talking about exactly at that time. Literally, I'm walking through the front door and you folks start screaming out to me about whatever. You know what you were screaming. And now I do NATO. This was scheduled for a year. And the same thing happens. They schedule a hearing. It's a hoax. It's a total hoax. We had a great call with the president of Ukraine. It was a great call, not just a good call, it was a perfect call. The word impeachment is a dirty word, and it's a word that was only supposed to be used in special occasions, high crimes and misdemeanors. In this case, there was no crime whatsoever, not even a little tiny crime. There was no crime whatsoever, and they know it. And they go into those rooms, and they close those doors down in the basement, and they say, I'll tell you what they say, they just laugh. Because to them it's a joke. They think they're doing well, but now they're not doing well. Now they're saying, how do we get out of this? Because their poll numbers are way down, and they're going to have a tremendous loss in 2020. And that's what's going to happen. No matter how you cut it, it's been very interesting. But to do it on a day like this, where we're in London with some of the most powerful countries in the world, having very important NATO meetings, and it just happened to be scheduled. This was set up a year ago. Just happened to be scheduled on this date. It's really, honestly, it's a disgrace. We had no representation. We couldn't call witnesses. We couldn't do anything. It is the most unfair thing that anybody's ever seen. They would have done much better if they gave us equal representation, because the public gets it. But just look at today. Now, I don't think too many people are going to watch because it's going to be boring.